Welcome back. I'm Ryan, and today we're diving into how to create a spreadsheet in Microsoft Excel. In this video, we'll cover how to open and save a new spreadsheet using a specific naming convention, how to locate and identify specific cells, rows, and columns, how to enter data, and how to insert commonly used formulas. Let's get started. To begin, open Excel and start a new blank document. Click File, then New, and select Blank Workbook. As a best practice, always save your file as one of your first steps. To rename and save your document, click the title bar at the top of the screen. A dialog box will appear where you can enter a file name and choose a save location. For this activity, name your file Practice Budget. Choose a location you'll remember, like your desktop or a specific folder. Then click Save. You can also access save options anytime by clicking the File tab on the ribbon. Once you save the file, the title of the workbook will update to reflect the new name. If you're using a newer version of Excel or Office 365, your document will autosave when connected to the internet. If you're not online, be sure to click Save often, especially before you exit the program. Now we'll create a budget spreadsheet together. I'll guide you through the 4 simple steps. Let's start with step 1. Start by entering text into your spreadsheet based on the chart provided. This is your personal budget, so use your own income and expense information. Here's how to enter the data. In cell A1, type monthly income. In cells A2 through A19, list your income sources. For example, salary from 1 or more jobs. In cell C1, type monthly expenses. In cells C2 through C19, list your expenses such as rent, mortgage, food, groceries, car payments, and insurance. In cell E1, type balance. Remember, each cell is identified by its column letter and row number, like A1 or C2. Pause the video and take your time. Once you've entered your data, we'll move on to formatting. To format your text, go to the Home tab and look for the Font menu. Here, you'll find options for changing the font type and size, making the text bold, italic, or underline. You can change the fill color, which is the background of a cell, or change the font color. Check your spreadsheet again. Make sure the text is correct and formatting has been applied as needed. Great! Let's move on to step 2. Now it's time to enter the number values for your income and expenses. Enter the amounts as follows. In cells B2 through B19, enter your monthly income amounts. In cells D2 through D19, enter your expense amounts. Pause the video and take your time, and when you're ready, we'll continue with formatting. Now, let's format those numbers. Under the Home tab, go to the Number menu. Here, you can choose different number formats like currency, which is the $sign, or percentages. You can choose dates and times, or you can format commas to separate the thousands. For the income and expense amounts in columns B and D, select the cells and click the $sign to format them as currency. Nice work. You're halfway there. Time for step 3. Let's talk about formulas. A formula is a mathematical expression that performs calculations using numbers and cell references. Common operations include addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. All formulas must begin with an equal sign. This tells Excel to calculate what follows. Here are 2 commonly used formulas. Sum adds a group of cells. Average calculates the average of the selected cells. The range of cells you want to calculate goes inside the parentheses. You can also use an equal sign to make one cell display the value of another. For example, if you type equals B3 into a cell, Excel will show whatever is in B3. If B3 changes later, your formula cell will automatically update. Tip: After typing the equal sign, you can click on a cell to automatically insert its address into the formula. Need to adjust or work with your data? Go to the Home tab and open the Editing menu. The Editing menu includes Auto Sum, which quickly adds the selected cells, Fill, which extends the patterns or series, Clear, which will remove the content or formatting. Sort and Filter organizes your data. Find and Select locate specific text or values. Let's focus on AutoSum. AutoSum automatically calculates the total of a selected range. Click the cell where you want the total to appear. Then click AutoSum. Excel will suggest a range. Adjust if needed by selecting the correct cells. And then press Enter to confirm. The AutoSum drop-down also includes other functions like average, count, maximum, and minimum. In our spreadsheet, here's what we'll do. In cell B20, calculate the sum of B2 to B19. In cell D20, calculate the sum of D2 through D19. In cell E20, subtract total expenses from total income, which is equals B20 minus D20. Try it using either manual entry or AutoSum. Now, let's add some style with formatting. Under the Home tab, go to the Styles menu and choose Conditional Formatting. This feature applies formatting to cells automatically based on their values, making it easier to spot trends. We want to highlight our balance with color. If the number is positive or more than 0, the cell should turn green. If the number is negative, less than 0, the cell should turn red. To do this, use Highlight Cell Rules. Choose Greater Than, enter 0, then select Green Fill with dark green text. Repeat the same steps with Less Than, enter 0, and choose Red Fill with dark red text. You can also use custom format to personalize the colors and font styles. Now let's put it all together. In cells B20 and D20, apply currency formatting. In cell E20, apply currency, make it bold, and apply conditional formatting for red and green values. Excellent work! The final step is to add borders to your document. Go to the Home tab, then the Font menu to find the border options. First, select the cells you want to apply the borders to. Click the Borders drop-down arrow and select All Borders. Congratulations! You now have a completed budget spreadsheet that should look similar to this example.